our show on India Street, where we talk on money, all India, all the time.
Welcome to our show on India Street, where we talk all money, all India, all the time. Well, most of the time. The show to inform and entertain, well, I'll entertain you, about the excitement of making money in India, investing in real estate, the Indian stock market, rupee, all kinds of things. All money, all India, almost all the time. This just in. A hidden war has broken out between India and China on whose baby is pretty? I meant whose growth rate is better. To settle this, let's compare the two real estate markets in both countries. The Indian real estate market is growing at a rate of, I don't know, a lot. And the Chinese real estate market, a gazillion%. We recently found a luxurious apartment of 12 square feet in New Delhi suburbs. 12 square feet, that's not even as big as my shoe closet, sold for a meager 3 crore. That is $600,000. Wait a minute. Now it's $800,000. The dollar merely dropping since the beginning of the show. Moving on to our hot story, we're going to be comparing the Indian growth rate and the Chinese growth rates. We've brought in a guest today, the CEO of C23K. Sorry, C23K. Whose growth rate do you think is maybe better, India or China?
So they both have tremendous opportunities and growth opportunities. I think one of the issues right now that India is struggling with, that China may not have such a issue with, is that India is a little more decentralized, and China is a little more centralized. So it's a little bit easier for the heavy hand in China to say, we will build a 10-lane freeway, in this part of China to link these two cities, versus in India, it's a little more difficult for the heavy hand in the central government to say, we're going to build this 10-lane freeway, because they have to deal more with it's more of a democracy, and B, they have to deal more with their sovereign, if you will, regions within India.
So, great, wow. Well, the one thing that always puzzled me is just where does that red curtain lie and what is behind it?
The red curtain as far as in China?
Yeah, I thought, behind the red curtain was like Disney World or something. I don't know, Mickey Mouse.
And there is a Disney World plan there. I don't know if it's been finalized yet, but there is a Disney World being planned for somewhere around 2011 in Shanghai, although I don't know if that's been finalized yet.
So is it true that the Indians, have been given a monopoly for building all these casinos on their land? And do you see casinos going up in like Holy Land and the sacred land?
Watch out, Vegas. You're going to see more and more of Vegas-like resorts.
Dancing girls and all.
Dancing girls and the whole ball of wax.
I was curious about this Chinese proverb, man with hand in pocket feel cocky all day. Can you elaborate?
Well, and I have my hand in my pocket sometimes too during the day. So I want to get to know you. I want to feel comfortable with you before we enter into a transaction.
Any massages?
And it's relationship building, and perhaps massages too. Be part of the.
I've seen that in movies.
Yes, I've heard about that too.
Well, great. Thank you so much for coming into our studios. I hope that you can come into our future shows, and
would absolutely love to.
Would love your input on these issues. It's been definitely eye-opening for me, and just it's really enlightening that these giant economies are finally coming to surface.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting for the world.
Wow.